I'm not sure if you've heard about the BOI yet, but this is actually a new requirement that businesses are going to have to submit online to the government because they're trying to help reduce like shell companies, financial fraud that's going on. So it's something that they actually passed back in 2021, but they're just now starting to put it into practice in 2024. So in today's video, we are going to be touching on this beneficial ownership information form, what it means, what it is, why we're doing it, how much does it cost, and how to make it a little bit easier to navigate when you go online to submit that form. So come along with us. Let's tackle this together and dig in. But if you are new here, really quickly, my name is Katrina. My business partner Cheryl and I run and own Empower to Profit, where we work with small business owners just like you, helping them put more of their business profit into their personal pocket. So what I'm talking about, this BOI, is the Beneficial Ownership Information Form. And this is referring to any identifying information about the individuals who directly or indirectly own or control a business. This is basically an online form that you have to go and submit any information to let them know that you have ownership in your business. So why are they doing this? They're trying to make it harder for shell companies to hide money, and they're doing it to help fight and reduce financial crimes, money laundering, and financial fraud in the business world. So why do you have to do this? Basically because it's now going to be the law, and unless you want to pay some hefty fines, you're going to have to submit the form. So I want to hit on for a minute which companies are actually required to submit this form. So the term that they're using to reference who needs to file this form are considered reporting companies, but it really is going to be the majority of small business owners who are LLCs, S Corps, partnerships, C Corps. There is a list of about 32 exceptions that they list on the website, and we can drop a link to that in the comments below. But really, it is going to be the majority of businesses. If you sent out or submitted a form to the state or any government entity to register your business, you're probably going to have to submit this form. Talk about a few of the good news about all this is that good news is that it will cost you nothing other than a little bit of your time. So it is going to be free. You don't have to pay to file this form, and you can file it online. So there is a link online that, again, we will drop it below, that you go to, basically answer the questions, and you submit it. So I do want to put a warning out there that if you receive an email about this, about clicking this link or pay us X amount and we can file it for you, please don't fall for that. Anytime the government comes out with something new, people jump on it, and there's a lot of scams surrounding that topic. This, again, it's free to do, it's simple. You should have all the information you need to submit it yourself. If you do need help, please reach out to an accountant or a business buddy that you have who is familiar with these things to help you through it. You should not be paying any third party to submit this form for you. So let's talk about deadlines. When do you have to get this done by? So they are opening this up for everybody to start submitting on January 1st of 2024. You cannot submit early. January 1st is going to be the first day. And if you are a business that was in business prior to January 1st of 2024, you have a full year to submit that form. So it won't be considered late until January 1st of 2025. So let's talk about businesses, new business after January 1st, 2024. You will then have 90 days to submit. And if you're new business in 2025, you will have 30 days to submit the form online. I've also gotten a few questions in the DMs about what do I have to do so I can get out of this? Can I opt out? How does all of that work? Unfortunately, most of us will not be allowed to opt out. This is a requirement, past law. And if you don't, like I talked about before, there are pretty significant fines that they are threatening this. Will they enforce? When will they enforce? Again, we never really know. But they have said there will be a fine, and you could be fined up to $500 per day that this is late, up to $10,000, and face up to 2 years in jail. So there are some pretty hefty fines, some pretty hefty threats that are coming with this. So again, it's free. It shouldn't take that long. So it's probably better, easier, safer to just go online, submit the form, and we can all move on. So you're probably saying, great, so what kind of information am I going to have to dig up now to submit to the government? What information do they already have that I'm going to need to tell them about again? So it's really just basic information that you should have on hand. It's going to be your legal name, any DBAs or trade names that you have associated with your business, your permanent address. Note, this cannot be a P.O. box. It has to be the permanent address of the business, the state of where you formed the business, any beneficial owners that own at least 25% of the business, your full legal name, and any unique identifiers or state IDs. So they are saying that you're going to have to confirm with like a driver's license or a passport that you are who you say you are, and that you do in fact legally own a portion of the business. It's set to open January 1st of 2024. So I'm sure there will be a lot more questions that come after that date, but for now, that's the information that we know. Another good thing about this is that you aren't going to have to do this annually. It should just be a one and done. And then the only reason you would have to resubmit or update anything is if any of the information has changed. So if the address have changed, if there's a new owner of the business, if any of like your driver's license or anything like that changed, you will have to go in and update it, but it's not something that you will have to do on an annual basis. So I hope that makes you a little bit in the know of what's happening with this BOI reporting. I hope it answers some of your questions. But again, I know this is something new, but it really isn't that intimidating. There is a good amount of information online if you want to do your own research, which we always highly recommend. But if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer those in the comments below. I know when new things come about, it can be a little bit overwhelming, but we are always here to help navigate you through these new waters that they're requiring us to do. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And as always, cheers to profit.